Mac said that this week is essentially like starting over again. And I asked Tamon a few minutes ago about if there's a difference in maybe the energy around the team or some of the anxieties perhaps building up to this game as opposed to an actual opener. Have you sensed anything different, or is it the same?
I wouldn't say too much of a difference. I could definitely see some similarities. Just having 2 weeks off, it feels like we've had like a little mini off season. So everybody's kind of, like you said, like got a little bit of anxiety to get back on the field. And it's tough watching 2 weeks of football, knowing that like you're supposed to be out there playing or should have a chance to be out there playing and then not getting that. So it's definitely giving the guys on the team kind of like that sense of, this is what football is in 2020, you know? So, this is what we were kind of expecting going into the season, but as much as we hate that it happened, like it did happen. So we're just responding to it. And I think everybody's got a really good attitude moving forward into this next week.
How much football did you watch the last 2 weekends? Was it the same both Saturdays or maybe a little more this past Saturday because your opponent that you're playing this week was on TV?
Yeah, I definitely watched the Boston College game this past weekend. And then the weekend before that, I actually didn't watch too much football. I watched a couple NFL games, but I really didn't watch too much college football, honestly.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yo.
Okay, JB Ricks, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Beau? Thanks for taking out the time for us. Any concerns at all about what rust you guys will have to shake off when you do take the field on Saturday? And has Mac and the coaching staff put in a plan to kind of like prepare you guys for that because of the layoff to react to whatever rust that may show in the beginning of the Boston College game?
Yeah, definitely I think the coaches have done a really good job of putting in a plan for the guys as far as like this. Like you call it rust, but I would just call it like I'm trying to think of a word for it, but like I wouldn't say that no one's rusty, and I wouldn't expect any rust, but I would definitely Coach Mack has been talking to us a lot about just playing fast and playing instinctively. So all the game plan and stuff this week enables us to be able to do that, go out there and play as fast and as instinctively as we can to hopefully so we don't go out there rusty.
What are you seeing on film so far when it comes to Boston College's defense?
They're a physical group. They got some key guys on their team that like to play pretty physical and like to hit. They play really sound. They play the coverages that they mainly play. Their two main coverages. They're really sound in what they run. So they're going to be a really technically sound team, and we just got to come at them, like I said, instinctively and fast, and keep the tempo on them and keep the pace up.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, next up is Alyssa Ray.
Hey, Beau, to have such a talented wide receivers room, how are you guys pushing each other in practice and making each other better?
Oh, I could write a book on this one because, the guys around me, especially like just having all the depth that we have in our receiver room, all the talent that we have, it pushes everybody every single day because, that's what we talk about every single morning. Mac Brown's giving us a word of encouragement or motivation from some professional before the team meeting ever starts, so that we get in the mindset that every practice is a game or is like a game. You come out there with the competition mindset and like hungry and ready to eat. And so, with every single receiver coming out here with that mindset, it makes practice really competitive. So, it's been great and it pushes everybody and it brings out the best of everybody. So it's been fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go to CL Brown.
Hi, Beau. I was curious with the NCAA basically giving everybody a free pass on this year eligibility-wise. Have you thought at all about what you're going to do next season in terms of if you would possibly return back to Chapel Hill, or have you even let all that into your mind yet?
No, I obviously knew about the rule, and it's a very interesting one because I definitely feel for those spring sports from this past spring that didn't get an extra opportunity. So it was unique that they were giving it to us, but I haven't put any thought to that. My focus is all on trying to win games for 2020, and whatever happens, I'll cross that bridge whenever I get there.
And what's probably the one thing you'll tell some of the younger guys that they need to be ready for in terms of just the travel, playing a road game, not obviously there's no fans in the stand now, but just all of the preparation that goes into leaving here, getting to Boston College, and being ready to play?
I would just say, like soak it in. Like there's only so many of these opportunities that we get, that you get to go travel with your team, get to be with your team on a plane, and I mean, just all the stuff leading up to the game, all the preparation that takes into it. Like now that I'm a senior, I've definitely learned to appreciate every little thing a lot more. But I would just tell the young guys, man, just soak it all in and learn from the older dudes and just take it all in so that you can understand just exactly what all is going on. Because I mean, it's a lot to take in, and like I said, you don't get that many opportunities, so you got to take in every moment that you get.
All right, thanks, Beau.
Yep.
All right, Brennan Marks, go ahead.
Hey, Beau, thanks for taking the time. I know you mentioned not expecting any rust from anybody. This past 2 weeks, has it been more of going back and rewatching the Syracuse tape and trying to harp down on fundamentals, or is Coach Longo and Sam and you guys, have you been able to sort of maybe expand the playbook, or look at some new things, try and get a little more creative? What's sort of been the breakdown in terms of balancing those two things?
Well, one thing for sure, I mean, the coaches around here are like pretty have a precedent of once a game's over, we learn from it that next day, that next Sunday. We learn from our mistakes and then we put it to bed. So we don't look at those games ever again. But we've been, for the past 2 weeks, we've been scouting Boston College, putting a game plan together that, like I said, should allow us to play instinctively and fast. And so just moving forward and with that kind of mindset and that concept moving forward into the game is how we've been looking at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Ross Martin, go ahead.
Hey, Beau, in the last 3 weeks, is there a young receiver that stood out or made some big strides and improvement that would lead him to getting more reps and playing more in the next couple games?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, all of our practice, because like the thing about our receiver group is that we're rarely running reps in practice like just one receiver group. It goes with like the ones, or just strictly with Sam. Like the next group is with the twos or something. Like our receiver group is constantly switching in and out, like I said, just for the competitiveness of it. But I mean, Josh Downs is always, since he's been here, that man's been working his butt off and has been putting the time in. So I mean, I'd love to see Josh get a chance to prove what he can do.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yep.
All right, last one from Jacob Turner. Go ahead, Jacob.
Hey, what's up, Beau? Mac mentioned yesterday how different travel is obviously going to be for you guys. What are your thoughts on kind of just some of the procedures you guys have to go through and how different that is compared to, in the past? And did staying in that hotel before the Syracuse game kind of give you guys a little sneak preview of just kind of how different things are going to be when you guys head up to Boston?
Yeah, I'd definitely say being at home and in the hotel was definitely kind of like I had talked about before about like it just as far as this is what football looks like in 2020. I mean, normally we're used to being able to have team meals together and stuff, and now we're socially distancing and taking meals back to eat in our room with our roommates and like that. There's quite a bit of change, so it is different. This week going away, we got specific masks that we have to wear. We're going to be social distance on the plane, distance on the bus. So, I mean, like it's a lot of change going on, but I think the whole entire team has done a really good job of just taking everything that gets thrown our way. I mean, we're just looking for the opportunity to play football. So it's like, damn it, whatever we got to do, we'll do.